Hey RV family, keep it tight. My name is Jay Morris, the Review Guy, reviewing music for the love of music, and I'm back again to bring you another video. Welcome back to my series, I Wanna Rant. This is just my long tail series, no editing, nothing like that, where I just talk about a subject that interests me. And in this one, I'm going to be talking about the age-old debate, Venom, Bathory. Who is the first black metal band? Now, history-wise, I want to go over a bit of my knowledge based on what I believe to be the objective truth for the most part. And that would be the fact that Bathory is the first black metal band. That's a pretty simple response. But I do want to go into a little bit of the history, the knowledge base about that type of thing. Well, okay. Venom. They were formed in 1978, and the thing about Venom is people often give them the credit for being black metal because they coined the term black metal. Their second studio-length album from, I believe, 1982 was entitled Black Metal, and it followed 1981's Welcome to Hell. Now, the band was clearly inspired by thrash metal and speed metal. Even though Motorhead came around the inception of Venom in the first place and only predates them by about 3 years, I believe, the influence that Motorhead was having on genres like speed metal and thrash metal, and even death metal later on in the 80s, the mid to late 80s specifically, was insurmountable. They were doing so much for the genre. Venom's influences bled through to create a very hectic and chaotic sound at times, but you can't deny the fact that at the root of it, at the core of it, they were a thrash metal and a speed metal band. The only reason Venom is called a black metal band is because of the influence they had on genres that would come after them. Yes, they inspired a lot of thrash metal. They inspired death metal. They inspired black metal. It was their very fast style. But at the root of it, their influences, if you look at their influences, were heavily thrash metal, and specifically 70s speed metal and traditional heavy metal. People like Black Sabbath, people like Judas Priest, people like Iron Maiden. And even if you go to the more rock and blues section, they were influenced by Deep Purple. And if you want to go with the punk section, they were influenced by Sex Pistols. So the fact that people strictly call them a black metal band, yes, they coined the term. Their 1982 record was called black metal. They coined the term. Now, on the flip side of that coin, Bathory's self-titled fucking album. How can you say that this record is not black metal? 1984, super rigid production, frigid, ice-cold production. These guys came straight from Sweden, which was going to be the hotspot for black metal along with Norway. And their influence also came from thrash metal, but the way that they presented it was something that was unmistakably black metal. The influence that they also had on genres like Viking metal and stuff, you gotta take that into account. And another thing is, they came from Sweden. Bathory came from Sweden, whereas Venom came from England, a place that had a lot of deep roots seeping into traditional heavy metal and thrash metal and speed metal, whereas the Scandinavian area was going to be where black metal pretty much sprouted from and where the true cult mentality came from. And that's not even getting into all of the outsider culture that came with the Swedish and Norwegian black metal scene. Venom never had that. They never had that edge to them that really made them a whole culture. Bathory and other bands like Bathory that came around at the same time, they absolutely did. People like Euronymous, people like Dead, people like Varg, people like Necro Butcher, bands like Mayhem, and of course, you know, Varg's solo project, Burzum. So to kind of wrap up the video as a whole, I do believe that Bathory is the first official black metal band, but I don't want to discredit Venom for the influence that they had on black metal, thrash metal, speed metal, death metal, because discounting them and discrediting them simply because Bathory is the first true blue, true blood black metal band, I think is a mistake, and I think it's wrong. Because if you listen to Venom's first two records, of course they had influence on black metal. They coined the damn term. I think we have some things to thank them for. But I definitely want to know your opinion on this topic. Perhaps you have a differing opinion. Do you think that Bathory is the first black metal band, or Venom, or do you think that another band was the first black metal band, some underground band that most people haven't heard of? Go ahead and let me know in the comment section below your thoughts of this topic. I'd love to hear it. Like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to join the Review family today, and smash that notification bell to be notified of my future uploads. You know who it is. My name is Jay Morris, the Review Guy, and I'm signing off saying farewell.